Yo, it's Captain bringing you a Next Fest Demo Palooza tryout round one. Or at least that's probably what I'll call it. Something like that. It is Next Fest. All sorts of demos are on Steam and you can try them and it's a blast. I love these things. They're very fun. It's a great way to just see a lot of new games, to try a bunch of games that I've never tried before, that I would never consider trying, and to be like, yes, I'm very into this game. Let me try it out to see if it's good. You know, to also try your favorite types of games. I love that demos are a thing again. I'm old enough to remember like the shareware that we used to play and like trying to get through the old Duke Nukem and like Commander Keen and stuff. But I love that they're back a thing. I love that it's a deal. It's like a big marketing thing now. And that we just see in all the Game Fest presentations and assorted. They're not all associated with Game Fest, Summer Game Fest, but you know, just that kind of big week or two of presentations. We're right in the thick of it, the biggest weekend of it. And many of the games there were like, hey, we have a demo up. And that was a cool thing, and people were excited. So I'm loving seeing that. So what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do, I'm going to make the most of it, just like we did the last Next Fest. Although you wouldn't have seen that here on the YouTube. But I'm trying to play as many of them as I can on stream. We got through 4 of them today. 4 of them today, which isn't actually very many, but it's the first day and we were like, I was late and we were getting into it. So we got through 4 games. So I want to talk to you about those games and just let you know what I thought of them, what they are, because that's kind of the whole point is right? It's Next Fest. There's demos everywhere. It's get the word out about these cool games and let everybody try them. Like, it's a focus on indie and small studios. And it's just like, hey, put your game out there, show the world, see if it gets hype and gets, you know, heat and all this excitement. And kind of builds up for it as you prepare for release. Now, speaking of Game Fest, this is a little bit, it's the first day of Next Fest. And I had to get the demos really before it like went live. So most of the demos, I got 3 out of the 4 demos were games from the various Game Fest streams, Game Fest and assorted streams. Now, to be honest, I don't know if those don't count as Next Fest. It's all come together. Like, Game Fest happened on the weekend. So that's the biggest amount of games presentations and announcements there are. I mean, it's kind of been going on for like a week or so, but right, like this is the big highlight. And then as soon as the weekend ends, Next Fest starts. So it all blurred in together. So there was a lot of announcements like, hey, we have a demo up. Some of them even announced, hey, we have a demo up for Next Fest. But when you go to like the game page, it doesn't really mark it, as far as I can tell. I mean, maybe I'm just dumb and I didn't see it as Next Fest. Sometimes it'll put a banner up when you're on a game page that'll let you know what this is part of. It's like part of a big sale or something. But if it's part of 2 things, it will only put 1 banner up. I went to one of them that I was pretty sure when they gave their presentation said that we will have a demo for Next Fest, and I was like, all right, well, is this one listed as the presentation game, or, you know, presentation banner, or is it listed as the Next Fest banner? And instead it was a different banner that was apparently a sale that was going on. So it's like, well, right. So I can't guarantee that these aren't part of Next Fest. But it's honestly all blended together into this one big exciting weekend, several week movement of video games, and it's been a blast. So I don't know, you know, maybe I'll call it Next Fest plus Game Fest, Demo Palooza or something. But really, Next Fest is the highlight. Next Fest is the cool thing to be looking at on Steam right now, and just to be excited. If you are like bored and you feel like you don't have anything to play, holy snaps, go to Next Fest. There's so many demos up. They're guaranteed to be there all week until next Monday at noon Central America time. And you can just play them and do whatever you want with them. There's so much variety. There's so many to try things you never tried before. Try things you love. Just find all the demos in your favorite genre. Find all the demos in genres you never would have touched. It's nutballs. Anyways, is that enough preamble? This is still a talky video. It's the kind of videos that I do. But I did want to go into, I did actually write the things down, and that's probably enough preamble. So let's get into the first one. All right, the first one is, the first one we try today is While Waiting by Opta Illusion, developer and publisher. And I think I'm going to talk like over some gameplay of these. I tried to find clips. I don't know how good the clips are, but I tried to find clips of these that made sense. So here is some gameplay. Now this is the very end of one scene, just to show you that there's more scenes. And then what this game does is, it's a waiting game. But like you see up at the top, all it says is just to wait. And then you see you can get some extra, achievements here. But if you notice, the bottom achievement is do nothing. Because you can just do nothing and the scene will pass on its own. It'll just pass, right? Because you're just waiting on traffic in this particular one. It will pass on its own. Or if you get bored because you don't like waiting, you can do stuff. And each scene you can do a little bit different. See, like this one, we can move the kid's arm. And we can play around. And it's just like, so if you get bored, you're like, try to figure out, well, what can I do? And then this is where it has like a light puzzle element. Because you don't quite know what you can. And then you get pooped on. And then you get... See, we rolled down the window, we got pooped on, and then we got one of the stickers. So you don't actually know what you can do when you show up at the scene. So there's a light puzzle element as into like, well, if I don't want to just sit there and wait, which you can think, well, what can I do? In this, you can actually... In this one, you can actually go out of the car. So, right, like... It seems simple, like you're just standing there waiting, but as you explore in there and go after it, all of a sudden you can find all sorts of crazy stuff. And part of the, like the puzzle part of the game is just what are the things I can do, right? But primarily, I wouldn't consider it a puzzle game primarily. I would consider it very much simulates that feeling of waiting. So you can get ran over. See, I missed one duck. One of the ducks got ran over. It's playing like classical music this whole time. And see, now it's over. Now you got to get in the car, right? A lot of them don't even wait for you to get in the car. They or wait for you to finish it. They just end. It's over now. See, now we're back in the car and we're leaving. So a lot of them just happen. Like you don't, like if you didn't get the thing done in time that you were trying to do, it's just over. And so there's a lot of here, we'll go back to me talking. There's a lot of like, but as you see this, well here I get, all right, fine. As you can see, this is a new one and it has different thing. It is relevant to show you the next level. But in this one you can't. The only thing you can do is wiggle around. Right. And so it's like, well, how do I, if I want these stickers, all right, we'll be done. See, I managed to throw the trash, unintentionally, but I threw the trash away. All right, we'll go back to talking video because there's still more things I want to say about it. So you're there waiting and all you have to do is wait. It does give you some bonus challenges. And part of it is trying to figure out, well, what are these challenges? What do they mean? How do I accomplish them? And what can I even do in this scene? Like this, like the carnival scene, all you could do is jiggle around as your parents had an iron grip on you. In the previous scene, you could get out of the car. You know, there's ones where you're like, can walk around the room. There's ones where you can like pick up things and put them down. There's ones where you can like go into a location in the background that you didn't think you could go into. There's a lot of like, if you get tired of waiting, there's a lot to like mess around and some chaos and some mayhem to do. But I will say that this game really makes it feel like you're waiting. And it was actually tense, not like in a bad way, but like that kind of nervous energy you have while waiting, and you're just like, there's really nothing else for you to do except wait for the bus. And you're just like, is there anything I can do? Like, can I like count the trees? Can I like check the newspaper behind me? Right. And that's kind of how the game works. You sit there and you're like, all right, this is annoying. What can I play with? And you start playing with things, and it kind of leads you down rabbit holes that go way over the top, right? Well, not like way over the top, but as you saw, like get out of the car. That's why I wanted to show you that clip, because it goes crazier than you think it would. But that's really what the game is. The idea of the game is to kind of go through this man's life. Like we saw him as kids, but he gets like older as you go. And so, you know, he's waiting for his parents here, but later on he's waiting for the elevator at work, you know, because now he's working in an office. So it's that kind of thing. So it's just all of these like life moments, these really typical life moments that you will find yourself in. There's one where you had to like wait on a download and you're just like clicking on things on the computer just to do anything besides wait on the download. Wait on the download. So it was really fun. It really, I don't know, it gave me an experience that I didn't expect. It was more fun than I thought it would be, and it was oddly more compelling than I thought it would be, because you really did want to try to figure out what's going on with those scenes and what are the things you can do. And many of them would end before I really figured them out. So I would wait a little bit, and then I would start trying to play with something, and then I'd get like kind of halfway through something, and then the wait would end. Like, oh, the download would finish, you know, or the rain would stop. And I'd be like, no, but I was gonna... and it's like, whoop, next scene. So there's like replay value in getting those stickers. You're gonna have to, if you want to complete it, right, you're gonna have to do each level at least twice, because one of them is to literally be the really patient, responsible person and just sit there and wait. And do exactly what you're supposed to. And it is excruciating. Probably even more so because you are like engaged with a video game, but the video game is asking you to do a real life situation, which is like stand there and wait in line. And the like contrast between you trying to let's play a game versus, oh wait, I have to just sit here. Like it's really, like I said, there's a lot of tension. I thought it was funner than it should have been. All right, but that was While Waiting, developed and published by Optillusion. I will try to have, I guess I'll link the Steam pages down in the description, so you can find them that way. But that's 1 of 4. So, I don't know, maybe I should be doing these faster. We'll get better at this. I plan to do one of these videos for every stream we do, and I'm planning at least one more stream, but probably 3 more streams, and hopefully a couple more. But the next one we did was World's Worst Handyman, developed and published by Baby Lumberjack. And the idea of this game, of this next game, I need better transitions, is that, well, here, let's, here, maybe I'll just show you the game. That'll be my transition. The idea of this game is it is a comedy stealth game. That's how they describe it. And you run around, and you are the world's worst handyman. You are just doing some handymanning because you are trying to raise money for the animal shelter that you work at, because it's out of money. And so there's like a little subplot of you collecting animals in each level and bringing them back to the shelter. And, you know, they have like a little place to live, and you can pet them and play with them and stuff. But this game reminds me of Goose Game, and I feel like, I don't know, I won't want to say like Goose Game was the first comedy game, but I feel like since it came out and was successful, we're seeing more of that. And even the last game you could consider a comedy game. But this one's very much more like Goose Game because you're trying not to. As you can see, the grandma's chasing us around, and if she catches us, she'll whack us, and we have to restart the level. I don't know if you have to restart the whole thing, but you do have to restart in some way. But there's also like this subplot of catching these chickens, and I don't have the volume for you, but you can hear them. They make like fart noises and they drop like little chicken poops. Like it's right. It's just to give you some slapstick. Like if the granny catches you, she like slaps you with her cane. And the idea is it's a puzzle. The levels are like a little puzzle. There's certain keys that open certain doors, and so you gotta like get through the level without being seen to accomplish the objectives. There's a main objective, which is what you're hired for, the handyman part. Like in this one, it's there you go, perfect timing. Unclog the toilet. But there was another subplot of catch the 3 chickens, right? And if you catch what's nice is if you catch the 3 chickens and take them where they're supposed to, you actually get a new, like you can get developing tasks, because it'll be like, now that you've caught them, it's like, all right, we'll play the show for them because that's what you're supposed to do. And then goofy stuff happens, right? There's always some comedy goof to it. You know, you might think it's funny, you might not, but it's very slapstick, silly humor, and it's very light. Like the farts and stuff are crude, but it's not, you know, it's not like gross. It's not like super gross out humor. It's still very, you know, above board. It's above the belt for the most part, right? So you know, the worst you'll get is some fart jokes. And so I liked it. It's colorful, it's nice. I thought the levels were interesting. I thought it was interesting to try to figure out how to manage the stealth, how to navigate through the level. And as you play more of the levels, see, we're running from her. As you play more of the levels, you realize they expand. The first level is very simple. The second level introduces some side objectives, and then they grow. And then the third level really shows you what you could do. All right, that's probably enough. We'll go back to the talky bits. Well, I don't know. I could leave it running. The third level shows you what you can do. Like that's different. That's going on. Like there's a different type of interaction. There's more things, like a little mini game challenge that you can do. Oh, here we go. This one. Oh no. Oh no. So yeah, so then you put the chickens down, right? And you're like, oh, what's this? What's this? Oh no, that's not the right video. Then they flip out and then put right. Like that's the game silly. It's like, oh no. All right, I'll put it back on just me, just so if you want to play it, you can see more gags, because those are the fun parts. But really, you're there to unclog the toilet. So you're trying to. It becomes a puzzle area as you're trying to get the right keys to open the right doors to get the right objects, and you're trying to find the objects. You'll go to a place and be like, oh, you don't have the right thing yet. And you're like, well, all right, what do I need for that? You're like, okay, probably the plunger for the toilet, right? And you're looking around and you can see the plunger in one of the other rooms. And you're like, well, how do I get to that one? Oh, I need the red door. Okay, I need the red key. Where was the red key? And all this time you're doing this, you're like trying to dodge, you know, the stealth part's coming in, because somebody's looking around, and if they catch you, you know, you'll get in trouble. So it's not just a very simple go here, do the puzzles. You have this other antagonistic element, which is, you can be frustrating because you just want to like do the puzzles or whatever, but I think adds the fun kind of tension to make the game silly. And I feel like the puzzles have to be a lot more complicated. Without that, and it'd be much more cerebral game, but this keeps it fun. And they do new things with how those antagonists work in the third level. You get through, the demo is 1, 2, and the half of like the third level. You get through the third level, they show you some of the new stuff that you could do, or some of the new stuff that's going to be in the game where it won't be the same all the time. Here's like how we can expand those concepts, and then it ends about halfway through, and they give you a little blurb and show you a little trailer of some of the other stuff and other levels. I actually had a really good time with this game. I liked Goose Game quite a bit, Untitled Goose Game. I played it on the Switch. I liked it quite a bit. I went and got the little crown. I did the completion of it and everything. Didn't do the speed run. I guess I didn't fully complete it, but I did all the side objectives and got the little crown. And it was a lot of fun. It was just, I don't know, it was just like this silly kind of slapstick idea, and I felt the same way playing this one. I had fun. I thought the goofs were fun, and I could definitely see this being a good time playing through like a handful of levels, like 5 to 10 levels, depending on how big and expensive they want to make the game. So I actually thought it was fun. Also, I should mention, in between the levels, it's not just the levels. In between the levels, there's a hub world where you go back to the animal shelter that you're trying to fix, and the animals that you found, you will be there, and they'll have a little spot, and you can like hit a button to see a little cutscene where you pet them. There's little toys to unlock with some of the collectibles you could find. Like we unlocked like a tire swing, and then it would be there. We unlocked some like soccer balls you could kick around, and then there were some bigger ones we didn't unlock. Like there was a trampoline. I don't know what it did, but you could unlock it. There was an arcade machine which you could unlock. I don't know what it did, but you could also like see the reviews because you're doing handyman work, so they give you like a review based on what you did. It's pretty funny dialogue that they put in their review. It's like, you flooded my house, but man, my toilet's great. It's stuff like that. And there's some sort of subplot with the animal shelter that's going on. They let you know about. So I thought it was cool. I thought it was fun, and I liked it quite a bit. I actually liked all these games quite a bit. Sometimes demos are hit and miss. I don't think I've ever really like disliked a demo, but there's been demos where like, yeah, I wouldn't really play more of that myself. But these ones I liked quite a bit. All right, we got 2 more. This game, this certainly isn't. This isn't a rapid fire highlights video. It's we'll have to find a way to speed it up, I guess, because I'm hoping to do more demos in the next streams, and we're trying not to make the video 100 years long, because hopefully you're watching this to just see some more experiences. All right, we'll work on it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Captain, speed up. All right, so that was World's Worst Handyman, developed and published by Baby Lumberjack. Now this next one is the only one that I'm for sure is part of Next Fest, because this is where I found it. And it is Cat Quest 3. And I don't know. I was almost like, what's the third one? Does it need more people to try it? But honestly, I've always wanted to try Cat Quest, and people are like, play Cat Quest. So we went for it, and it was actually a blast. Here you go. It was actually a blast. It was super. It as expected from a third in the series. It's very polished. The presentation is really tops. Oh, I should say it is developed by the Gentle Bros and published by Kepler Interactive, which I meant to check. I think Kepler is one of the publishers that just publishes indie games. I'm not sure, like indie and small studio games. You can check that on me. Maybe I'm being dumb, and it's like some crazy publisher that does all sorts of huge things. But I think that's what Kepler does. But I wanted to show you some of the ship combat, because that was really fun. So you're bouncing around there. But I picked this clip because we get to do a little dungeon. So what's nice, this is an action adventure RPG. You have like equipment you can get. So like the bandana was an equipment we got for doing some stuff. Oh, there you go. It works out. So you've got all this equipment. And so you can earn those kinds of things. There are levels. There's stats and whatnot. It is an RPG. But it's the action is really nice. It feels really good. You get to do like a basic combo. You can switch between your sword and you can switch between 2 weapons. And they gave at the beginning of the demo here, we had the sword and we had a blunderbuss. Everything is a cat pun, so it wasn't called blunderbuss. It was called like blunderpuss. It's all this goofy stuff. So because it's very cat flavored, it's very pirate flavored, it's very light and fluffy. It's just like a really fun, cute adventure. It's like high adventure, but cute and fun. Think of like your favorite Saturday morning cartoon when you were a kid. That's what it's like. Everything's cute and fun, but it's still cool. You know what I mean? It's not like like too kiddie or anything. It's just cute and fun. So, you know, you've got little bosses to fight. My camera's covering a little bit, but otherwise it'll be more confusing. But it's the pirate boss. They're all pirates. But see, there you go. And then you could switch to the gun. And there's also a magic system, so we had a fireball. But it was really, I really like the polish of this game. Like, you can still see your bullets even when you're switched to the sword. They're faded out, so you know when your bullets have regenerated. Right? That's really important. Like, all the information is there. It feels good. You have the UI that you need right on the screen in front of you, right where your character is. So many action games get that wrong, particularly action RPGs. They get that wrong. They put the UI in places that it's confused, that's hard to look at. Like I said, but this game is really nicely polished. The presentation is really good. It feels good. It looks good. It's just like candy, man. It's really quite nice. As you can see, that item unlocked a new. Well, that was unexpected. I guess. I guess I'll come back here. I guess the video died. These are just VODs in my stream. The maybe my internet went out or something. I hope the next VOD works. But that item gave us a new ability, a dash strike. So now you can dodge, roll, and attack. And what was nice about that is you could do your combo. You could do your 1, 2, 3, and then instead of, you know, you got lag on your combo because it's a 3-hit combo, then you could dash attack and just keep going. So it was fun. So you're like running around on this map, and you, like we saw at the beginning, you run around a map. You can go into little dungeons. There was towns you could go to. I didn't play a lot because I very quickly could tell, like, yes, this is a great game. They've done a lot of fun stuff with it. It works really well. It feels really good. I would totally play this. I can see why this is the third one in the series, because, and why the other two are rated highly, because these are fantastic. I have Cat Quest 1. I've been meaning to play it. But that was Cat Quest 3 by the Gentle Bros, published by Kepler Interactive. Seems like a fantastic game. If you're into high adventure pirates and action RPGs with cute cats. It was just, it felt really good. And speaking of feeling really good to play, there's a transition. The last game we have is Desvelado. Do I have internet? Okay, good. We should be able to see the video. Is Desvelado by... It's published by Vampy Games, and the developer is listed as 3 guys. I have a feeling that's like the team. Valentin Zacharias, Pablo Cuello, and Joaquin Calvo are listed as the developer. I assume that's 3 guys who worked on it. And the publisher is Vampy Games. It is... let's see if I can get this to work. It is a precision platformer, but it's also cute, because I just played a lot of cute games today. It's also cute. Wish I could do the music, but I don't have a clean. You'd hear me talking over it in the stream, which would be a little weird. But it actually has a really nice vibe. I left my mouse on the thing. I'm so sorry about that. I wonder how long that was there on the stream, because I was trying to keep track of it. But as you can see, it's like Meat Boy. It's like Celeste. These red. Oh my god, my camera's covering it. Dude, I didn't even realize that on stream. The red flames give you a dash that you can use once, and then it's over. So there's some puzzle elements to, like, see, now I'm out of red dashes and I can't get back. So I've got to redo it. It's like I got to replan. So there is some puzzle elements. It isn't just going fast and zinning out, but there is a lot of zen to it, as any good precision. Have I been saying puzzle platformer? Precision platformer, excuse me. As any good precision platformer should have. See, that one, I saved one and I can get out. So it feels really good just to run around. It looks it's very pleasing to look at. It's not too in your face, but it's very chill and readable. The music has a nice vibe to it. It's just a very pleasant experience to just chill out and get into the zone, which is exactly what you want to do with these precision platformers, because they're all about just they're all just it's just hyper focused on the gameplay and just game feel and playing it and getting into it. You know, these are great games to do speed runs and stuff on, because you could always improve the room a little bit better. You could always do it a little bit more efficiently, and that's the fun part of it. I don't know. I might let it play until we get to some of the harder stuff. I think this is all like level 1. Later on, they've got like enemies that are going around. Some of them are dangerous to you and cause you to restart, but some of them just turn the lights back on. So the goal is you are a little vampire bat and you want to go to sleep, so you have to turn all the lights off. Right, and you got to run through all this and do it, and it gets increasingly harder. Um, and it's just, I don't know, it's just they've done it all right. Like, you can see you can restart very quickly if something happens. If you die, you restart very fast, which is what you need. You have a dedicated button, just reset the level. Anything that's super punishing, which as cute as this game is, it is super punishing. You touch the spikes on 1 pixel, it's over, right? But they just let you restart very quickly, and so you can just stay in the flow. It's like the Meat Boy experience, right? So you can just stay in the flow, stay feeling good, not get too upset about it, because these precision platformers get really, really hard. So you really want all this nice, calming, chill stuff. That's exactly what you're looking for, because you really don't want to be tense in a game like this, because it's already kind of tense. You know, think if you play, a lot of people played Celeste, you know, and how hard Celeste gets as you keep going. Did I don't know if the recording broke now. Everything's just breaking down. Everything's just breaking down apparently. So, but I'll keep going in case this is still working. But if my video broke, I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But here you go. You could see an enemy, and he turns the lights back on. It took me a while to figure that out, but he turns the lights back on, and then and so you get a nice puzzle element to the rooms as well. It's not all about just going super fast, but as you get better at it and learn each room, of course you could still go super fast, and they've made it properly. Like you could do a level quickly if you needed to. All right, let me come back here. Hopefully this recording is still working. And you could do, you know, because there was one room I had trouble with, and I was like, oh, I bet it's like Mario, where if I actually just run right from the start, it'll work out. And it did. It did. I was able to do it and practice it and get there. So I really liked that game. It had everything that I would want from a precision platformer, with just a cool vibe, a cool aesthetic, and quick and snappy gameplay. And I actually just zoned out and played the whole demo. It wasn't a super long demo. I think you went through two levels. So there's like so many of these rooms that you went through, and then you get a scene change, and I would consider that a new level. So we went from like the castle to the sewers, and I think when we got through the sewers, I don't know, maybe like 10 screens in each one or something. Then the demo finished. It was like, hey, thanks for playing the video, and it gave us a little thing about like what's coming up. So it was great. I had a really good time with it, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. And that was so. All right, that was Desvelado, by published by Vampy Games, developer Valentin Zacharias, Pablo Cuello, and Joaquin Calvo. Which I just have a feeling that it's like those 3 guys are Vampy Games. I don't know. It's written a little oddly on the Steam page, but that was the 4 games. I had a really great time playing all 4 of these games. I enjoyed them quite a bit, and I don't know. I'm just really looking forward to more Next Fest. I love Next Fest. It's so much fun to play just so many different types of games and to see all the cool stuff out there, and to have a good time with it. And I'm looking forward to more of it. I'll probably get this video posted and then browse a little bit, try to find some more demos to play, even though I've already got too many. But that's how it works. That's how there's always going to be more demos that you want to play, and that's what makes it fun. So I don't know, get out there and play some demos of your own if you're looking for something to do, because it's just a great time to experience a lot of new games and a lot of new and different things that you might not get a chance to otherwise. They're demos, right? They're free. Go download them, try them out. Try a game you never thought you'd like. See if you were right. But like I said, but I'm also very tired and I want to go to bed. But like I said, I plan to do more of these videos as we get more of these streams done. And hopefully we will get more games in the future streams. And hopefully I'll find the right way to format these videos properly, as this is the first one I've done of this. And hopefully my recording didn't mess up, because I'm a little worried there. But we'll find out. If it did, and there's like a weird thing in the video, I'm sorry. I probably won't be able to fix it. Hopefully it won't happen on the next one. But that's all we got for today in our Next Fest summer. I think it's the summer one. Summer 2020. It's technically spring, but whatever. Summer 2024 Demo Palooza plus Game Fest demos. Round 1, day 1. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you found something cool. I hope, here's 4 you can look at that maybe you couldn't get to. Or maybe now you want to go play them. So hopefully it's interesting for you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope things go well for you. I hope you find some good demos to play. And I will see you around. Catch you in the next one. Goodbye.